Well, hello everyone. Happy Memorial Day. My name is Jen and welcome to my channel, Jen's Gems and Vintage Finds. Today I'm going to be doing a live haul and chit chat with all of you guys for my show tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Time. Today we're just going to go through a bunch of things and show you the preview for what's coming up for the show tomorrow. So normally I would do these on Sunday, but yesterday we did have a little pop-up sale with Kirsten and Tanya from My Jewelry Addiction. And then, yeah, so it was kind of fun little marathon we had yesterday. So today, like I said, I was just going to come on a little early today. No, it's like 10 o'clock here. Hope all of you are having a wonderful day. And I'm just going to show some things that are going to be for the live sale tomorrow. So if you're new here, welcome. And to participate in the live auction tomorrow, please register prior to bidding at jensgemsfinds@gmail.com. Your name, your YouTube name, your complete mailing address, your phone number, and your PayPal information. If you were here yesterday for the little, I call pop-up sale, your purchases yesterday would be combined with everything for tomorrow on Wednesday's invoice. So hope all of you had a good time yesterday shopping and finding some good goodies. And then I can't wait to show you what I've got for tomorrow. So with only having 2 hours yesterday, I didn't get to a lot of things, but needless to say, I do appreciate all of you guys who are here for the sale. And then tomorrow, since we usually do anywhere from 4 to 5 hours, needless to say, we try to get through a lot of things. So one of the things I'm wearing right now is one of the new pieces that I have for tomorrow. This is a beautiful turquoise necklace. And then I have some earrings to go with it. Oh, there's my hand signals again. I got it with this camera. So hold on a minute. Let's do this a little closer. All right, I got my red t-shirt on. And again, happy Memorial Day to all of everybody, to all the active service members and people who have served and sacrificed their lives for our country. I truly appreciate that. Hi, Leonore. How are you? Happy Memorial Day. So yes, so there's my up close and personal, this beautiful necklace, all inlay turquoise. And it's all sterling silver. And there's some earrings to go with it. Let me see if I can back up just a little bit. Oh, pretty. So I decided to put that. And I got this headband from Dina, that girl, Dina Marie. So Dina, if you're watching, I'm wearing your headband. So I thought it looked really pretty with the red today. So okay, so let me zoom back again. If there's anything you guys are liking to see tomorrow, please shoot me an email so I can have that ahead of time for you. And oh, thank you, Leonore, and thank you for what your family has done for this for our country. So yeah, my father served, and then Joe, of course, has served 26 years in the armies. For those of you who don't know, kind of sometimes I feel like I say it a lot, but for those of you who don't know, yeah, he did serve our country. So so yeah, it's kind of it's a celebration, but also a reflection today. So you know, we enjoy the time together, and that's what it's about. That's why we do the things we do. So all right, so I know there's people are still probably sleeping or waking up, but needless to say, I wanted to come on here early because I didn't have time to do this last night. So yeah, we'll say hi to everybody coming on in the chat. And Leonore, thank you for what you do for everybody in the community. We truly love you for what you do. So for those of you who don't know, Leonore is one of the she has her own channel, but also she is very much an advocate for sharing the love with everybody in the jewelry community here on YouTube. So thank you, Leonore, for what you do. All right, here we go. So we'll have the earrings and turquoise for tomorrow. And I'm just going to pan the camera a little bit as I do all my show. Hope everyone's having a good day. There's 3 of you here. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way in. Needless to say, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're at like 780 something right now. So we're getting there. How could I have not, when I found this the other day, brought this home? I mean, this is stunning. This is absolutely stunning. Yes, it's dyed. Who cares? Look at the thickness of this coral. This coral is like amazing. It's just amazing. But look at how big these coral chunks are. you know. We will have, it's an over the head necklace, and you can adjust it. This is one of those adjuster with the cord, and then all this luscious coral. And as you guys know, I've been an advocate about, if we find coral, please. I mean, we're not harvesting it anymore, so needless to say, I'm very much on the outlook for coral anytime. And then I have look at these earrings. I had to get the earrings to kind of go with it. It's kind of like sterling silver and this big, huge, massive coral. So, I mean, that's just a statement piece. Can you imagine wearing that out to the rodeo? Or, I mean, if you're going to some type of event like that, I just thought it was gorgeous, something like that. So it's amazing. All right, so let me kind of go through some things. I'm just going to show and go. And there's the corals. Let me kind of barely get that back on here. I've got a tray here next to me. If you guys got, and this is also going to be like a chit chat. So if you guys have anything to ask along the way, or we'll get there too. But, we'll get through a lot of things. And for those of you who don't live about me, I work full time at the hospital locally. And then I do this jewelry reselling on YouTube part time. So I try to go out and find really wonderful things for you guys. So I go from coral to bling. So look at those. Hi, Christy. How are you? Happy Memorial Day. It's just me. Joe's here. He's just relaxing. Hope you're having fun on your vacation. Look at these. This is my hand. These are large and in charge. I've got the turquoise on. I'm sure this was going to, but look at those things. Yep. And this will be up for sale tomorrow too, Christy. I don't know if this is something that you would like or not, but this side has sterling silver, turquoise earrings and stuff. So isn't that beautiful? I mean, so I have people I know that buy costume for me as well. So I try to find something more unique, and definitely these were unique. I mean, they're large, but they're beautiful. Okay. All right. It's just me. So if I miss anybody in chat, I don't mean to be missing you, but I'm monitoring and doing all this by myself. So I know how you guys do it by yourself half the time. So if you didn't want a statement necklace like this, I also have now this is Bars. The one I'm wearing, it's the same shape. This one is signed Bars. This is not signed Bars. So I don't know. I mean, to me, it looks like it's Bars both, but I could not find a Bars signature on the necklace. But if you're looking for... Hi, Marche. How are you? Happy Memorial Day, my dear. Beautiful turquoise. So if the necklace is, for whatever reason, doesn't fit your style, I have a single beautiful pendant that I found as well. Bars is a manufacturer, Leonore. Here you go. Let me show you that. It's just they make a lot of jewelry. Here you go. Corporate Bars, B-A-R-S-E. And it's a company that they make a lot of, pieces of jewelry, a lot of times with turquoise, Gatsbyite. I've seen them make it with that. So it's a large company. I mean, I think they're still in business, but back like in the 90s or so, they were very popular for making jewelry, large like statement pieces with gemstones. Okay, well, let's see what else we got. Let's see. Thank you, Frank. Joe, I will pass that along to Joe. I'm by myself right now, but he does appreciate all the support, and thank you for everybody for the shout outs for all the service members and people who have sacrificed their lives for our country today. So my father served, of course my husband served. So it's a celebration day, but also kind of like a remembrance day. So we take it for what it is, Okay, so this is gorgeous. This is Biwa Pearl, freshwater pearl, coral, and then we have garnet and rainbow moonstone. all done in this beautiful necklace. And then it has a silver sterling lobster claw. I thought I'd come on here early. I know nobody was on right now, so I figured I'd take the time to come on and say hello. If you guys missed this, look, I started off this with this. So needless to say, if you missed this as I kind of came in on my live shot, this is, look, I got coral, and look at this coral. Look how large this coral is. So I was very happy to find both those pieces. So look at that big chunker. All right, let's see if I can kind of get this as we're going. How am I missing anybody? Did I miss anybody? Let's see. Well, Casa, I got Roche. Hello. Let's see. I did get some more older pieces. I believe these come from possibly like the World War II era, 1940s or so. Now, speaking of, I guess, remembrance and things like that, I found this. It's a mourning brooch. Now this is plated. I mean, might need a little help, but it's a mourning brooch, and the plating's a little worn here, but I rescued it. It's from the 1940s, and then it does open in the back, so you can put a picture in there, or a piece of lock of hair, or whatever you want to do. So I know that there's you can probably do some, there's some pens or some things out there you could do it. I just left it the way it is because I think it shows the patina or what it's done through the ages. So I rescued her. Okay. And then if that one isn't even like the locket, I found this one. The lady there. It's on a gold-filled bezel. And then the chain is just gold-plated. A little. So more unique pieces. Did I miss? What did I miss? I'm sorry. Hold on. Please read my comment. Can I go? Love the combo you're wearing. Oh, red and blue. Yeah, I've decided to thank you, Merche. Well, knowing that you're in Canada, I wear some red for you, Merche. But and I got this headband. Oh, here, I'm gonna come back and show you. Look, Dina Marie, you guys know, well, that girl Dina Marie, she sent me this headband, and I really thought this cute little headband was really cute. So I thought with turquoise, I thought it was really kind of popped the color today. So thank you, Dina, if you're watching. We all missed you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Frank. Thank you. All right. Well, maybe I'll just do a headshot button this way you guys can see it. Hi, Regina. How are you? Happy Memorial Day. Good to see you. Just doing a little live haul chit chat. Figured I'd come on here, say hello, show you what's going to be coming on for tomorrow, since I didn't do this yesterday. This is sponge coral and shell. And a lot of you guys asked me to find this because you can't find these anymore. Always on the hunt for blue coral, but I found the red one here. Okay. Now I have that one. Oh, sorry. Oh, well, now you're here. You guys know the other thing too. They gave me 4 days off this weekend for the, I think I'm halfway on, halfway off the screen. They gave me 4 days on, 4 days off for the hospital. So I'm literally like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do with myself. But I've been busy. I mean, trying to get everything done for the shows. And then yesterday, it was so nice to have a little marathon with everybody. And thank you guys for being here. Again, we're going to combine the invoicing for yesterday's show as well tomorrow. So anything you bought yesterday will be combined for tomorrow. So this is really old. And now this one is kind of a unique one. So I don't want to call this blue coral but it has this grayish, it's very old. Because blue, of course, you guys would see the blue, but it has more of a bluish, almost a slate gray color. And that's very old. And this is the back of it. So Found those. Am I missing anything? Hello. Hi, Yippee. How are you? Happy Memorial Day, everybody. Hope you're all having a great day. I did find some glass. Lot to show you guys today. Plus, we're doing chit chat, so this is just easy peasy. Nothing, you know. Just say hello. Just sit and watch all the pretty goodies. This is old, and I love the cuts of glass here. Now, this is short, but I love these because they're almost like they're not smooth balls all the way around. There's little bevels in here. I love the caps. Okay, this is 15.5 inches long. But I just love this. There's just something about old vintage glass that I just love. And when it's unique, I don't know if this is Czech, it's not marked Czechoslovakia or anything, but I just saw that this is beautiful. I mean, you could put an extender on it at the end, but it's gorgeous. There's just something about these beads that just said, you know, that are just amazing to me. I don't know. When I see something unusual, I bring it home to you guys. You had to get out book to write down. Yes, get your list, everybody. So please, if I'm going through the video, if you're writing down timestamps, and you can send me emails and tell me. I don't pre-sell anything. So if you see anything that you like, send me an email, and I will be happy to tell you what the opening bid is on that. And with that being said, I'll be giving you all the information about things. If you like, just send me an email and I will be happy to do that for you. And that way, if you can't be here for the sale tomorrow, I always accept silent bids on pieces. This is, again, glass. Look at the swirl glass here with the chain link attachments and the faux pearl spacer beads. This does have a vintage barrel clasp. This one is 21 inches long. So I'm always on the hunt for glass, and then between glass and gemstones, I mean, my head is like in every direction. Hello, New England Cajun Roots Reseller. How are you? Good to see you. If I missed anybody, remind me. I want to make sure everybody gets a hello. All right. So I also have a short. Somebody was asking me for milk glass. Now, this is a shorty, but this is true milk glass. This is 15 inches long, marked Japan, heavy milk glass. So these are big beads. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. Brooches. Now this is more modern. You guys know I'll try to find the more vintage, but I thought the pop of color in here was just very phenomenal. I love how the kind of the stones, even though these are not prong set, I just love the colors of the brooch. And this is a pretty large brooch. I mean, it's 2 inches. So everybody's blessed today, Cajun. And everybody, make sure you thank all the service members and thank you everybody in this country who has served and sacrificed their lives for our freedoms. Truly appreciate that. Okay, Carolyn Pollock. I've got all turquoise on. Liquid silver. I noticed on my preview yesterday during the live, because I was trying to think about what I wanted to show yesterday. Yesterday was kind of like a shortened show for me. It was a pop-up. But I had showed in my preview haul that I was going to show some turquoise. I never showed turquoise yesterday, but this is something new. This is 48 inches long. Let me put it on the bus. It's 48 inches long. It does have that extender in the back, so you can kind of do some different things with this. Carolyn Pollock, liquid silver turquoise. And I liked it because it was long. When's the last time? I've never seen just a single, unless you guys have seen it, I don't know, but I thought unusual, because you usually find, of course, the multi-strands, you find this, but I never saw, like, if you wanted to frame this, use this to frame, let's say you were doing something you were doing, and you wanted to frame. I always like to say that long necklaces frame you. So, like, if you wanted to, whatever you're doing in the center, you do that, or just use this as a simple, I don't know, wear this to the market with a t-shirt, and you're ready to go. Hi, Karen, how are you? Happy Memorial Day, my dear. How was the recital last night? Did you have a good time? I'm just doing a live haul chit chat. I always, I always feel like I missed your breakfast chit chats. This is beautiful. This is citrine, amethyst, and look at how these are cut. These are like little faceted beads. Genuine citrine, all different colors of amethyst, more of a darker ones to light ones. And then it comes back here to a sterling silver clasp. Look at this. Like this. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad you had a good time, Karen. All right, what else can I show you guys? It's amazing. Let's see. Let's see. I did get some cat brooches. Oh, okay. I did get a Christian Dior brooch. I went to an estate sale, everybody, what is today? Today's Monday, so last Thursday. So a lot of these things came from an estate, and I had this is signed Christian Dior. Has the rhinestones in it, and I'll show you the mark in a minute. Let's see if right there at the bottom. Christian Dior or rope. I could not find this brooch. There are different with this series, I guess if you want to call it a series, or the design of this maker. I could not find the specific brooch. So I found the more of a circular ones or oval shaped ones. I could not find this leaf one. So I'm not sure. Again, I am not the costume jewelry expert by any means, but maybe some of you but I did know Christian Dior, I'm going to bring it home. So that's what I do. I find things, I know the names of the people, names of the marks, and names where we go. So we bring things home, we go from there. Let's see. Oh, and then here, look at what my husband did. I'm going to show you guys a little sneak peek. I haven't put them on all my displays yet. Look, we got little cards made with our name on. Let's see, here we can do this here. Maybe because of me. Hold on. Let me move my camera a little bit. This is where the camera and I have a love-hate relationship, everybody, on a Sunday. It's not want to focus. Come on. Hold on. Let's move over. It's having a love-hate relationship with me right now. That's okay. We're going to figure it out. My husband's like, he's in the other room. He's like, what's going on? There we go. There we go. So yes, we had these little cards made. Then we have my name on it now. So it's kind of interesting. He's like, let's get these cute little cards. We can get things embossed on it. So there's our, there you go. So there it is. Little Swarovski crystal. These are signed Swarovski, little bezel set earrings. And yeah, so it's like, let's get, so we have them in black and then gray. So we said, let's put them on a couple of these and see what happens. All right. So then for all my cat lovers, I did buy 3 brooches. You guys know I don't own any animals in my house. But I buy jewelry. And this guy's cute. You got a little dingle, little heart. It is signed Ultracraft. I just thought he was really, really cute. Little boat. Yes, Joe's branding. That's right. You got it, Merche. He's branding. He's my thinker. He's my, I don't know how you can say it, but you say he's my opposite when I think, my thinking. I got some multiple cats here. This is cute. Little cat family. This is 1928. I've got 8 people here. 8 thumbs up. I know everybody's probably still sleeping. I probably would be too, but hey, I know I wasn't sure what was going on for the whole day. I figured everybody's going to go to barbecues or whatever they're going to be doing. So I figured to come on down here and say hello. He's a cute little guy. He's got a little rhinestone body with green eyes. Here's the back. There you go. All right, now let's get to some other things here. All right, I did get some pearls. Karen, I know you're in the house, and I know that you're my pearl girl. Well, other people too, but. Now this is Honora. It comes in the original box. Let me show it to you. Here. I'll do it like this. Here's the box, Honora. Freshwater collection. When you open up the box, you're going to get, let me take that out. I'll put it on the stand. This is Tahitian carved mother of pearl on freshwater pearls. And this is 36 inches long. It comes down to this leaf. It's Tahitian carved mother of pearl. And if you, in the box, you're going to get this, it's a brochure. And they had a series called, hold on. Well, it just has it. It had 4 different pendants in the series. Okay. There was, this was spring. This was summer. Of course, one you're looking at was fall. That's one I have here. And then the one for winter was the snowflake. So I've got the fall one. And quite frankly, out of all the 4, this is probably the most, because it has the Tahitian mother of pearl carving in it. So you will get that with it as well. So I just thought that was really, really cute. Sterling silver, of course. And it's Honora, Honora. It comes in the original box. Okay, so I'm going to put that back in there. You guys got plans for the day today? What are you gonna relax? What you guys got going on? Hi, Karen. How are you? Good to see you. Happy Memorial Day. I'm just doing this is what I do on my channel. A little bit different than maybe some other people do. So I do live hauls, interact with all of you guys, and then I can show jewelry at the same time. So that's why I can chit chat. I can answer questions a little bit along the way. And this is breathtaking. Look at this sterling silver clasp. And I always use analogy. Maybe this is the time where I kind of can talk because Joe's not here. So he lets me kind of just do my thing. Let me talk and do my explanations. When I break down jewelry, the first thing I typically look at if I'm looking at a whole bunch of jewelry, and if I was looking at, let's say, in a box or hanging up on a display, is you look at clasp. Clasp is usually a good telltale sign of how something's going to be constructed. Because if they're going to put a lot of emphasis on a clasp like this, and again, look at this whole clasp. It's a large and in charge kind of clasp right there. Chances are, if you're looking at something like this, the rest of the piece is going to have usually genuine gemstones in it. Okay. So then as you go down the line, these are freshwater pearls here. They're shaped in squares or peacock colored pearls. And then in between, these are garnets. Okay. And then you've got agates that are faceted. All different types and colors of agates in here. I just thought this thing was cool. And again, for those of you who don't know about me, I went to GIA, Gemological Institute of America. So I'm a graduate gemologist. So I love stones. I love all things, but stones is that's my passion and my love. I love that. And I like bringing unusual things to you guys. And that's what I try to do. And I think I try to do it pretty well. This is 18 inches long. If anybody's looking for something unusual, garnets, pearls, and agates. All right. And the same front, Keshi pearls. Keshi pearls. Now these are actual natural color. Okay. These are actually natural color Keshis. And Keshis are freshwater. Some people call them, I guess you want to call them, some people might nickname these like Rice Krispie pearls. And these don't have a nucleus. And with, if you took like on a regular Koya pearl or something like that. They start with a calcite bead nucleus and then they grow the pearl. This is all nacre, all nacre. So there's no seed that starts these. So these are actually very rare to find. Okay. This is made by Honora. It's got a Honora fancy clasp. Okay. And really, really pretty. I just thought I love the colors. And these are, again, these are freshwater keshi, Keshi, if you want to look up keshi. And they can be very expensive. So I try to bring things that are, you guys are maybe accustomed to seeing. But these I actually own a beautiful strand I got from Tanya. Actually, it's a multi-strand necklace. And these don't get a bad rap. I don't know why, but I mean, they're unusual. Yes, do they look like little Rice Krispies? But I think they're pearls. If anything, they're just beautiful to me. So these actually what they do is they're almost like tissue. It's tissue. Instead of taking that's tissue inside of a oyster, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So the tissue that forms within the oyster of the shell, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So they don't start with that's why they're irregular shaped. See how they're not symmetrical, right? They're just the tissue. And it's been over the course of time, it gets the little, and then like a little irritant comes in the oyster, like you would do. So for example, you're taking like an oyster, like regular guys would eat oyster. So if you would just think of that, and then something irritant will come inside, and then basically take like a little tissue, a real natural tissue of the oyster, and then a little irritant will come in the oyster and say, "Oh, we don't like you in here." So what the from an organics point of view, the oyster will try to spit it out, like that little irritant. And when it does that, it creates the effect of making the tissue, like they want to put layers and layers and layers. It's like putting when you get a cut, and you want to put Neosporin on it, right? And you keep putting it on and keep upon it to make it heal. That's similar to the same kind of concept what pearls do, except in what they do with culture pearls is they make the process start by starting with an actual symmetrical bead. If that makes sense. Hopefully I explained that well. So you're welcome, honey. But yeah, they're known for this, especially in the United States and Tennessee. I forgot the name of the river, but there's a place in Tennessee that they're known for doing a lot of freshwater pearl farming. You guys can do a little, I can try to figure that out, but if you guys do some research about freshwater pearls and in the United States, like in Tennessee. And I think that's where they do a lot of that at. Okay. Moving on. All right. Now, same thing. Now these freshwater pearls here, these are also natural color, but this has a 14 karat gold clasp. Okay. Now these are freshwater. They're not, I've talked about this before as well. Koya pearls typically are going to be very symmetrical, right? And they're about Koya pearls are an oyster about the size of my palm of my hand. Okay. These are from a little bit different oyster, but they still create these beautiful colored, natural colored pearls. Okay. And there is a region in the shores of Japan that is known for this. It's called Kasumiga pearls. Okay. And I'm not saying that these are Kasumiga pearls, but they're known for more of these lilac or peach to pink colored pearls. Okay. So they're very rare. And again, I always, like I said, and when I went to this estate sale, I saw them and I fell in love with them right away. So in this strand, there's a little bit of mixture of pearls. You go from, let me use a white background. Hold on. Let's do this. There you go. Now you guys can see it a little better. Okay. And that's when I always tell people, when you're looking at pearls, take a white sheet of paper and put pearls on them, because that's where you're going to see the natural color, what they look like. Sorry, I got my paper clips there, and so you can see the peaches and the creams and the pinks and the lavenders, right? And then it has a 14 karat gold ball clasp. And yeah, I just happen to be using a black bust, but best way to look at pearls is actually on white paper. So really, really pretty. And these are large. These are 9 and 9.5. Okay. Of course, very, very pretty. I like that. So, all right. Moving on. All right. Now for all my amber people, look what I found here. Big, huge amber beads. Look at that. This biggest one at the bottom, these go from 17.3 millimeters up to 31.5. So in size wise, hold on. I'm never prepared for when I do these things. Okay, let's pull out my ruler. I don't have my ruler, but I got a little tape measure. This one bead here, like an inch long at the bottom. Look at that. Look at that amber. All knotted. Hold on, I'm trying to go from the camera. It keeps up with me. Now this clasp is interesting. This is sterling silver bar, and they put it on an amber, carved amber loop. So I thought that was kind of interesting. All macrame here, my macrame with the knotting. Yeah, this was definitely a lovely find to find. And of course, when you look at an amber, anything that has more of a large bead versus chips, more valuable, of course, because you're looking at the rough of the piece, right? So when you find big, huge beads versus little chips, big difference in price too. So just thought I'd show that to you guys. It's a beautiful piece of here. And one thing about amber is that it doesn't weigh a lot. It has a very low, what we call specific gravity, which means the weight, otherwise the weight, okay, of the gemstone. So even though it looks big, which they are big, I mean, these are big, huge amber beads, it doesn't weigh a lot. So it's really, really, really beautiful. I just love that. Okay. So if you, I know, because I do bring in some big, you guys saw the coral and that has some weight to it. So, all right. Hi, Suzanne. How are you? Good to see you. Happy Memorial Day. I just thought I'd come on here and say hello to everybody. Wish everybody a wonderful holiday. And the show, I'm going to show what I'm going to be showing for my show tomorrow. Okay, this is J. King. This is sponge coral. Sterling silver, of course. Triple strand. J. King. Here's his trademark patented little attachment he uses, which is the extender with the little puffy heart. Now, sometimes you find, so a puffy heart, you'll find the flat heart, or sometimes you find old vintage J. King doesn't have the extender. The extender kind of came in late 90s, early 2000s, because somebody, when he had one of a client that actually asked, can you put some of your pieces with extenders? So that's when he created the extender part of his line. Okay. So this is beautiful. And then here's the back, all nice sterling silver. Sponge coral, J. King. I'll see if I can do that close. So I'm just doing a chit chat, showing some show and saying you guys you're having your coffee and your breakfast this morning. Thought I'd come on, say hello, and just shoot and talk. Oh, you're welcome, Suzanne. Joe says hi to all of you. So he's relaxing today. This is my time. I can do what I want, basically, that I can talk as much as I want. I'm not on a time crunch to do anything. So this is also J. King. Now, we just talked about freshwater pearls, right? You guys know that, I mean, I know I have smart people here. I know that all of you are smart people. But the way that J. King did this, these are garnets. Garnet, tumbled garnets, okay? And he matched them up with these freshwater pearls, which he's dyed these colors. Okay. Apparently, he had a line of jewelry that this was called, according to him, this is from he was trying to mimic autumn colors, the colors of autumn, going into autumn with the changing leaves, and things like that. So that's what he apparently named this necklace. Again, it has the extender and the beautiful garnet and freshwater pearls. And I think it's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. And I believe it's what, 5 strands? Am I counting? Yeah, 5 strands. Yep. Okay. So, hi, Rhonda. How are you? Good to see you. Happy Memorial Day. This is what I'm doing. I'm just showing things for tomorrow afternoon. So hopefully all of you guys can come back and see my live show tomorrow, which I'll be on probably about 4 or 5 hours. Kind of, it seems like I'm doing that lately. For those of you who weren't here last week, I did get a whole collection in of sterling silver bracelets as well as cuffs. So these are things I'm showing you right now are all the quote unquote new pieces. Okay. These are things you haven't seen yet. So this is what I do on my hauls. And then these are not, I don't do pre-selling on my show. What I do here is I do show you the new things that are coming on. You guys can send me an email, I'll tell you what the starting price is and everything. And then gives you guys a list. So you're taking notes as you're going along and say, oh, I like that. And then you can take notes as we're going along. Once I've shown a piece, it's first come, first serve, if that makes sense. So if I've shown a piece, let's say something from last week, and you thought, oh, I really like that bracelet, Jen. Do you still have that? If you send me an email today and say, Jen, do you still have that? Yes, I probably do. And I'll talk to you about it. These things are something that I have to put up on the auction block first for everybody to get a fair shake at them. And again, this is a J. King piece. This is black onyx and tiger's eye, multicolored tiger's eye. And the rule is on my show that goes up on the auction block, if you want to call it like that. The auction goes up for auction. And then if it's passed, once it's passed, then it's a first come, first serve. That makes it fair for everybody. That way everybody gets an opportunity. And if you can't physically be here at my show, I always take absentee bids. For whatever reason, you got a doctor appointment or whatever reason you can't come, I'm here to work with you. That's what I do. So, oh, and to go with that necklace, I had these. Look at this. I had earrings. These are beautiful. I love these earrings because again, same estate, tiger's eye and the red tiger's eye beads. But I love the shape of these. How it's carved. Hi, Tori. How are you? Happy Memorial Day. We're just having a chit chat, showing some beautiful jewelry. These are all the new pieces for tomorrow. So, you guys, if you came in on the tail end or as we're going along, you can always rewind the whole video and start from the beginning and get your list ready and send me an email. That's how I usually do it here. Okay, another J. King. I've had a lot of people ask me, Jenny, bring me chunky. They like the word used, chunky or big beads. Well, this is Jasper, J. King with matching earrings. I sell them separately, but you can have them, if you want them as a set. Again, there's my hook in the back. Yes, and everybody, thank all your active service members. Thank everybody who has served our country. My husband did 26 years in the Army, so I'm very proud of him today. And yeah. So, okay, let's get that in there. Another J. King. So this lady had a lot of J. King pieces. So needless to say, I did buy a lot of J. King. So if you're a J. King collector, I will have all these tomorrow for you available. All right, what else we got? Let's see. Now, let me show you some costumes. Oh, I have this. I picked this up as well. I do have some, I know you guys. Whoopsie. It's a seed bead Native American Thunderbird necklace made on leather. So I'm not sure if any, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. There's the neck. So it's a bolo. So you just put over your neck and then you adjust this little Thunderbird. Okay. Let's see. Wrap your socks up. Okay, I did get some. Oh, I have a Kirk's follow. Oh, okay. I think one of you guys, I don't know if she's here. If anybody knows Leslie McNeil, send her an email. Tell her I've got some. She collects little trinket boxes too. Not to single her out or anything. She's got this one. It's a little Italian pill box. Made in Italy, says signed Italy. A courting couple, blue cobalt porcelain. So I picked that up. Sometimes I pick up these little smalls that I can get them in a box for you guys to get, so sometimes I do a little trinket sale here and there. You guys know me a little bit. It's been a while since I've done one. But sometimes I come across, sometimes candle holders or certain things. I just put things together and we do a big, huge sale. This is Kirk's Folly. This comes in the original box. Somebody's actually put a note on it. This is amethyst heart, but it's not amethyst, but it's a Kirk's Folly box. And in the box, you got this brooch, heart brooch. So it is in the original box, Kirk's Folly. Little glass beads that are there. You're cute. Okay. I think they call this one the Wisteria Vine and Fairy brooch. So. Oh, well, Suzanne, thank you for what your family's done. Thank each one of you for all of you. Being a family member is just as hard as being the actual veteran. Joe and I met after he got out of the military, so I can't really say I was a true military wife, but but I do know that's very hard to go through those deployments and things like that. All right, this is not signed, but it's very heavy. It's a nice piece of costume jewelry. Again, when I look at something, I look at construction and heft and things like that. And that's what you guys know, look at quality. And when they put more metal into anything, typically it's going to show that's going to have more quality to it. This is a hook clasp, not signed. But isn't it beautiful? More modern piece, probably from the late 80s, I'd say, but still, I think it's beautiful. Okay, this is 15 inches long. Lived on military bases for 5 years. Oh, wow. Wow, Suzanne. All right, I got a few pieces. Now, are these all clip? Yeah, these are all clip earrings. For all my clip earring people, you're in luck. So I still have some sterling silver ones, but these are beautiful AB rhinestone, articulated. They move, and they have the little clips. That's pair number 1. So there's a little vintage all prong set. Okay. You guys, I love when you guys chat with one another. It's like being in a party. Basically, we're in a house party here, and you guys are having conversations. I like it. These are signed Kramer. So if you want signed pieces, I've got signed Kramer right here. The sign, just no, not of New York, just says Kramer on the back. And there's the mark right there, Kramer. And I believe that these earrings, if I did my research on it, there's a matching brooch to it. I don't have the brooch, but again, look at how this is done. You talk about design how things are done or constructed. Anything 3-dimensional, look at all the work that takes to put all those little components together. And then you got the pink and the red. Very pretty. It will match my shirt today, actually, but really, really pretty. Okay. And then, let's see. I've got 21 people here and 14 thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up for me and Joe. Or Joe and I guess you want to say. More proper English, Jenny. Come on. Swarovski crystal. These are SAL clips. Beautiful. Beautiful condition. SAL. That mark was used from 1977 to 1988. Beautiful red and clear rhinestone. Thank you, Leonore. Beautiful. SAL. All right. Let's go back to some other stuff. Let's see what else we got here. I do have a Monet set. I have Carol Lee. These are beautiful. Now, you guys know that typically, again, I'm a little bit on my wheelhouse. I normally do gemstone, but when I find designs like this, I love this. To me, this is classy. I don't know if you guys agree, but I think it is. When you have different types of cuts of stone, which is we have baguettes. That's what you those square stones here. It's square. These are very in any type of realm. Baguettes are expensive, costume or diamond or whatever shape you're using. Because think of it this way: you have to facet them in a with 90-degree angles, and there's always a risk when you're doing any type of cutting of a 90-degree angle in anything that there's going to be a shatter happen. So baguettes always command a premium. Any type of costume jewelry, fine jewelry, anything like that. I will tell you that. Okay, I love these. Again, these are Carol Lee. Okay, so damn Carol Lee on the inside. Okay. These are faux pearl. Means they look like regular pearls. And right now, if you guys go looking out in fashion, Baroque pearls, that's what these would be called. Baroque pearls are very, very hot in fashion right now. Pearls never go out of style, but especially these Baroques or these fancy, we call them either fireball or elongated pearls, things like that. Unusual shapes are very, very hot. And I just thought that these were really, really pretty. So, okay. That's my little take. Do you like getting these little bit of tidbits of information as I that's the way I think. Until I show an item, sometimes my brain doesn't come up with all these pieces of information. Okay, now we're going to go back to here. This is chrome diopside. Sterling silver. These are those interlocking inside out earrings. Chrome diopside. Mined only 3 months of the year in northern, be in Siberia / Russia. Okay. The reason why it's only done 3 months of the year is due to the permafrost, and they can only mine it because it's so cold there. Okay. So chrome diopside, if you love the color of green and you either like more of a forest green, or if some people have been using this now, emerald would be your May birthstone, right? And emeralds are very expensive. But if you want that beautiful, vibrant color green, let me see if I can do this close. Like that. And these are beautiful. Let me take one off to show you. But these are really secure. Here you go. Watch. I'm going to show you how this works. So you have it's a hinge tube, right? You push it in, and it has this clasp. Now, in order to get it off your ear, you have to push this button. So it's a very secure earring. Okay. And it's what they call an inside out, which means you see the stones on the inside and the outside. So whatever which way you're looking at it on your ear, very labor intensive, expensive finding right here on this, especially on these locking clasps. So, yeah. So anyway, just thought I'd show you those. You have a lot of chrome, Regina? What else we got in here? I got things. Oh, okay. So hold on. I got another. I don't know this gentleman. This isn't from my family. To be honest with you, I don't know, but I found him out. Some people collect these kind of things, so I bring this back to you guys. Look at him. Old photograph. Look at his mustache. And it has a C clasp on the back. This is just base metal, but most likely Victorian, probably early 1900s or so are probably on here. And seed pearls. But some of you guys I know, it's kind of, I know some like, well, I don't know who he is, but, well, look at I just liked him because he was a handsome fellow. Plus I love my thing is what's going on with the bezel. So if you love collecting, look at this all C clasp here, all these tabs put in the look at the patina. It's had a life. So I brought him home. All right. What else? I got little fillers in here, but let me see. Oh, okay. Tax go. Oh, really? Cool, Frank. Wow, that's interesting. It's a morning pin. Thank you, Suzanne. I showed a couple pieces at the beginning, so you probably. Here we go with my cards again. You guys who didn't see, Joe ordered me these cute cards with our name on it. This is Tasco. Purple, like a purple enamel. So it's unusual to find purple. You know, first I thought of Sugarlight, but this is actually enamel. But look how thick the silver is here. And look at the backs. Comes sterling backs. And then look at that. It's got the Taxco mark on the back. So these are big. So nice. These weigh about 21 grams. All right. What else? So I have Taxco. Oh, if anybody's looking for diamonds, you like my cards, Tori? I'll tell Joe everybody loves just cards. I have them in gray too. These are little diamond accent. These are our genuine diamonds in sterling silver. So it's in the center portions in the white metal. And then around the edges is this beautiful geometric vermeil. And those are genuine diamonds in there. So they're really pretty. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Okay, well, I've got this vintage broom. Sterling silver flower brooch. Oh, really pretty. Sterling. Just mark sterling in block letters on the back. He's committed, Merche. He's committed. You guys heard the story about that. Did I tell you the story about that? How we started this a couple of years ago? Tell me if I did. I don't remember what I've said or not. I feel like I repeat myself. Anyway, during COVID, that's when Joe and I discovered YouTube. And he was home one day and he said he watched YouTube and he was learning to fix something. I forgot what we were fixing at the house or whatever. And he did research and I don't know if he put in the search jewelry or something like that. And he found, Jenny, you could do that. You could go on and tell people about jewelry and teach them about jewelry. And so that's what happened. And so he did all the research and stuff about it. And that's where we find ourselves now. July will be, was it 2 years, I think? Am I right on that, guys? I think it's 2 years I'll be on in July. So this is signed Eric. Excuse me. How right is it? Eric Andrew. There you go. Eric Andrew. This is gorgeous. This is sterling silver and Swarovski crystal. And this is a stone called bronzite. Let's see if I can get this close up for you. So this is a genuine stone. And if you look at it carefully, it has this chatoyant, and I would say that only true chatoyant because it has that like tiger's eye, but not to the tune of it has a flash to it, like in there. It's called bronzite. So very, very pretty. And you'll see it and sometimes go down the. And then we have smoky quartz, these brown, look at the construction. I always take out, if I'm just saying it, like you picked up this necklace at the mall or wherever you're at. And then, well, that's interesting. What's going on here? So first of all, I noticed the sparkle, right? Quality of the Swarovski crystals being used. And then I look at what's going on with these gemstones. And when I brought it home, I tested these beads. If I can do this closer here. And they look like little, I don't know, they're just differently cut. Look at the beads. They're all, and these are testing as smoky quartz. And then look at these bronzites. I just love unique pieces. And to me, that is, you wear that out, people are gonna say, what is that? What's going on there? And then you say, well, I've got bronzite, I've got Swarovski crystal, and it's made by this wonderful designer named Eric Andrew. So you've got it all happening going on here. So I said, I couldn't have no bring it home. It's phenomenal. I just loved it. I said, I just love combination of, I've got my glass lovers in the house. I've got stone people here. And I know there's people in between that say, Jenny, I just love unique pieces. So I find things that are out of the box a little bit, but I also think that that's cool. I just like things like that. So. Okay, what am I missing? I'm missing. Hi, Bruce. How are you? Are you home yet? Are you driving home? How was everything? Did you have a good time? This is a really pretty chain. So if one of you guys are asking for sterling silver chains and you want something unique, it's almost as an oxidized popcorn chain. Okay, this is Italian made. Lobster Cup class. So all of you guys have been asking, oh, Jenny, I need a 24.5-inch long chain, sterling silver to put some of my pendants on. Really pretty. This could go either way. So again, I love the design of the chain. Let me see if we can get this close for you to see again. So it has strength to it. Okay. And I liked it because to me, when I look at something like this, first thing I thought of was like, well, it kind of gives me that Native American, maybe almost like feel to it. But I also felt that you could also go to more of a Balinese flair to it. But I liked it because it kind of transverses over to different designs. So you could wear it with a Native American piece. You could wear it with, like I said, Balinese piece, or just in general, just wear it on its own. Again, it'd be a framing piece. So if you had a shorter pendant you wanted to frame, this is a beautiful thing you could do with that. So yes, how was the casino, Bruce? What's going on? Did you win? Did I say hi to you, Rhonda? I forgot if I didn't say hi, Rhonda. I love when all of you guys get to chit chat in the chat. It gets me excited. All right, Garnet. Oh, and just to let you guys know, tomorrow my sneak peek. I'm not going to give you a sneak tell, I guess I should say. I'm going to do my show special of the day will be a garnet deal. Okay, not this one, but well, these earrings, but I'm going to have a garnet deal to be had tomorrow. So a little sneak peek. There you go. These are sterling silver and garnet, cabochon garnet. Okay. Okay, Karen. Okay, don't be late. I don't want you to be late. I'll see you tomorrow. Good to see you. Always nice to see you, my dear. I'm almost done here anyway. Let's see what else we got. Okay, so let me show you this. Okay, you guys saw this maybe a few weeks ago. I still have it here. Oopsie. Let me zoom my camera. My husband's going to be like, what are you doing? All right, use a camera, girl. All right, so I still have this beautiful necklace, okay? And this is natural coral, carved coral, and freshwater pearl. Now, when I went out the other day, I found this. Sterling silver and coral. Natural coral. You guys can see all the little dimples, and there's a little, like I said, there's a little thing going on, but it is coral, sterling silver. And again, maybe if I buy things because of what they are, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And the times of finding pieces like this is going to get harder and harder to find. Look how much material is here for coral, right? If you don't like this, even if as a set or whatever together, the times to find coral is going to get harder to find. So if you wanted to take the beads off and redo it, this is just hand done wire work. So somebody made this, for a passion of love. This is just brass on the necklace. But when I found the bracelet, I said, oh, we got pumpkins. We got the pumpkins to match. So I brought that home and I'm trying to bring this together. So I'm selling them individually because I know sometimes people can't wear bracelets or whatever, but needless to say, I thought, oh, pumpkins. And I think in some pumpkin, correct me if I'm wrong, all my research people here in my chat that I know I love all of you to death. I think pumpkins are a sign of good fortune, from my understanding. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but let me know what the design of a pumpkin means. Or rebirth or something like that. I know it has to do something like that. One of the two. All right. Let's see. I'll have some earrings. I'm looking for cute little cross earrings. There you go. Anybody looking for cute little ball cross earrings? Sterling silver, little French wires. We'll have those. Thank you, Leonore, for sharing everybody's channel and stuff what's going on there. Let's see what else we got. Pretty much trying to do the highlights, I don't want to bore everybody, but oh, I have these. These are old. Hand engraved. These are screwbacks. Hold on if I can try to hold this. Sometimes when you put them on, you ever notice that sometimes when you use cards that they don't work with you very well, so you try to use the best you can? That's kind of like what I'm doing right now. Okay, hold on one second. See if I can try to do this. Or maybe just take one off. Let me take one off. Well, maybe not. Screwbacks don't fit well on cards. Sometimes once you kind of do it. Okay, let's see if we can do that. Let's see. Okay. Well, here, I'll just hold them up. You guys get the gist. These are screwbacks. They are marked silver on the back. Hand engraved hoop earrings. Well, these are old, but they are sterling silver, and they are fabulous. From a three-dimensional little screwback. Okay. I'll take them off and maybe we'll put them on something else tomorrow. But all right, what else we got? Lots of hoops. So if you guys are looking for sterling hoops, I'll have those. Oh, I have a couple tennis bracelets. Oh, and I got this too. Are you looking for a couple CZ tennis bracelets I have? Sterling silver. I've got this one in vermeil. With a little, this is a very traditional look. CZ tennis bracelet. And again, when I talk about quality, look at the clasp. Double locking safeties. They don't have to do that on CZ bracelets, but they meant that this is nice. And look how much metal's here. Thick metal. Okay. So that's why if it had something different, or if it was one of those lightweight ones, I bypass them all day long, because I look at this way. Another thing I'll give you another tip when I worked in the jewelry industry. If you don't have, well, from the get-go, and you buy even like a pair of, let me think of it this way. If you buy something that doesn't have extra construction, or you can buy cheap on the cheap, but if you buy something that's more expensive, that they take the time to put more metal in something, over the course of time of owning that piece, wearing this every day, the hinges, think of the hinges. Okay. How many times you open door, your close of your car, right? And boom, boom, boom. They have to be. So the hinges on tennis bracelets are very important. Okay. So if you don't have a very heavy bracelet to start with, if it's very lightweight, such as like, you pick it up and it's like, what is going on in the thing? Like if it twists, like when I take it like this is one way you can do it too. Now I get my brain in my concept. So if you get a tennis bracelet and as soon as you pick it up, like you take an inline tennis bracelet and it's doing this, you know that it's not, those hinges are going to be breaking. And you'd be surprised how many times I get people coming into the shop and say, Jenny, why is this happening? I said, because there's no meat on the bone. I guess that's a simple way of saying it. There's no meat there. So if you start with a lightweight tennis bracelet and you're in a price point, you go buy a diamond tennis bracelet and it weighs light as a feather, and you're not looking at construction such as, clasp, how much metal's being used, things like that. Over the course of time, when you wear this on your wrist every day, when you're moving and everything, grocery, carrying bags, everything like that, that's when things snap and break off and people lose their bracelets and then they're heartbroken and say, what happened? And I said, well, because it doesn't, if you start, you have to have meat on the bone to begin with. If you can't start with meat on the bone, then it doesn't work that. So just keep that in mind when I look, this is sterling silver vermeil. So if you wanted to just have something to wear, but you want to say, hey, Jenny, I want to wear something that's really nice in quality. I want to wear it every day. This is an alternative to wearing your diamond tennis bracelet. Okay. But I feel comfortable that you could wear this every day with the safeties, with the heft of the material, everything that's there. So that's why I explain these things to you guys. I think it's important to. So if you're shopping around for different things, you want to know why I pick the things I do, because this is the quality or the design or what's going on. Again, now if you didn't like the yellow vermeil, this is sterling silver. Now this one has one safety, but again, I bought it because look at how thick the metal is. I love this one because it has the bigger stones and it goes down the smaller stones, things like that. But again, look what you're starting with. None of that lightweight stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like that's how I can explain it to you. Hopefully that makes sense. I try to put things in very simple terms, but hopefully you guys are understanding where I'm coming from. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. I think I'm pretty much almost done here, but let's see. I've got this beautiful necklace. This is Italian made, triple strand. We have the sterling, it's all sterling silver. You have the sterling, you have the yellow vermeil, and then you have the rose gold vermeil. Nice, beautiful clasp. What am I missing? Am I missing something? What did I miss? Okay, Bruce. Okay, you keep Dennis driving right. I don't want anybody falling off the road. Okay. All right. Let's see. I think it's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to have some things here tomorrow. Again, yeah, let me come back to the camera. I kind of went through. There's more things here, but, as long as I was saying is, let me come back and say hello to all of you guys. Do you guys want to chit chat about anything? Here, I can do that. I can use what you guys want to do. But back here, again here. So this will be up for sale. This is the turquoise necklace that I started with today. And then I have the earrings to kind of go with it. Headband's mine. I get that from Dina. So I just started to wear that today. So my hair is a little bit out of control. Tomorrow, if you're not registered, please register with me. If you see anything in this little haul that I just went through that interests you, just send me an email at jensgemsfinds@gmail.com. Your name, your YouTube name, complete mailing address, phone number, and PayPal information. For all of you who came yesterday, thank you for showing up yesterday. We are going to combine yesterday's purchases with tomorrow's show's invoices on Wednesday morning. So that way you'll get one invoice for both shows for the week. The things behind me you're seeing on set are all things that I've shown before. So if you watch any of my previous videos and you say, Jenny, tell me about this Taxco beautiful embossed necklace back here, or any of these bracelets in here. I still have a Tanzanite bracelet right here. I also have off to my left over here are, last week we did, I believe it was last week, we did a whole 3 rows of bracelets. Tomorrow I plan on getting to rings again. I didn't want to do that yesterday with only 2 hours to do a splash sale. It's really hard to everybody's request to do rings. I have about 75 rings there to go through, which you guys have seen them, but if you missed the show or a couple of weeks, or last week, I'm going to do that again. Any new rings, Shannon? I have got 11 rings over here to go through. I actually bought some 11 rings this week. They're size wise, no large sizes. I will tell you that. I'm gonna say they're probably anywhere from about, from me putting them on my finger, I'm gonna say they're probably about 5 to 7s. Okay, but there's 11 rings over there. That's my little job to do today. If you want to be called working on holiday, my job, but I will plan on trying to get those done. I was trying to go use those to fill in for the rings before, but I will try to get to those tonight and get those priced for tomorrow. I haven't priced them yet, but there's from my recollection, what I remember, there's some a Carolyn Pollock turquoise ring in there. There's I believe it's Peruvian opal surrounded with Ethiopian opals, like in a cushion shape. Black spinel. I'd have to look at them again. I don't remember, but that is over there to do. So I'll try my best, Shannon, for that for Tuesday for all of you guys too. But yeah, so needless to say, I still have cuffs. If you guys are looking for native cuffs, well, do you want me to just bring them over here? I mean, I'll show them to you guys, but I'm not the new things. But hold on, let me see if I can get this off my screen. I'll bring over the display. I mean, that might be helpful. You guys were here though. You guys kind of remember that. Hold on one second. Hold on. So, hold on. Let me get this over here. Got that. And this. I might do this easier. So if you guys got your phones out, take your phones out right now. This might be easier for you to do it this way. Take your phones out. And I'm going to try to do a screenshot. That way you guys can take screenshots of things. And I'm not going to waste the time to go through it all. These are things that I still have. And if there's something in this selection of things that interest you, you know, send me a screenshot and say, Jenny, I want rope, you know, use an arrow, whatever you want to do. Explain it to me. But there are bracelets here. These are all bracelets I still have. Now, these I've shown before. You guys, if you haven't seen these, I had a bracelet palooza a couple weeks ago. So those, and then, so take a screenshot of that. And then I have cuffs. This one's a Timi Navajo. This one's Taxco. I've got some, if these are from probably smaller wrists. The only thing that's larger for larger wrists is this one, but it's more modern. Okay, but most of these ones that I have are smaller wrists. This is Picture Jasper, turquoise. This is Zuni. This is that. It's not dragon's breath. It's not pink, but it has that effect to it. I have a turtle bracelet. Amethyst peridot. Taxco. Look at this big old chunky monkey. Okay. And then I got, this is hand signed. This is very heavy bracelet. This is actually signed by the maker in script writing on the inside. Navajo. So I have like these are the cuffs I have left. So people say, what do you have? Okay, I got the bracelets here. Then I've got, okay. Well, I have lots of bracelets. If you're looking for a bracelet, I probably have at least these all gemstone bracelets. Take a screenshot. Tahi, yeah. Oh, Tahi. It says Timi. It says T-E-M-E. I think it says on the inside. Let me show it to you. Tanzanite. Look at this Tanzanite. Beautiful color on Tanzanite. Then I have these. I feel like I'm showing tell class, but oops. Dropped one. I have a Mayan Ryan. I know where Leslie is today. The Mayan Ryan bracelet. Very unique. Then I have Siam on here. Oops. Liz taking, yep, I have that. And I have matching earrings for this white Siam here. Okay, this is old panel. This was Simply Marked Sterling. Very cool panel bracelet. I love that bracelet. Ooh, I just dropped it. Oh, nothing I have carpeting. All right. And then, like I said, what else? Earrings. Okay. Okay. You guys take a screenshot of that? Okay, let me move this back. I like doing this because then you guys can take pictures of stuff and then you can send me any requests of anything that you like. So you say, Jenny, show me this floral bracelet tomorrow. So exactly tell me what you want to see. Okay. So this is why I spend the time on my Sunday lives to kind of do this interactive, move things around kind of thing. All right, hold on. If anybody's looking for beads, I've got beads, bead lots, craft lots, things like that. Tomorrow, you want to get into earrings? Look, we got 3 trays of earrings. I try to be organized. This is how I do it on my show. If you guys are new to my show, I was like, what is going on? So that way, it's like shopping in a jewelry store. It's like, look at what she's got all at once. There's, I don't know how many, count how many are here, but I guess like 14 pairs of earrings. Beautiful earrings. Okay. So you take a screenshot. See anything you want to see. All right. And then tomorrow we'll get into it. That's tray number 1. Tray number 2. Hi, Leslie. How are you? I didn't see you. I had to catch up on my chat. I'm by myself. So if you want to see so many earrings tomorrow, we will have Earring Palooza. How you doing? Happy belated birthday, my dear. And hope you had a wonderful barbecue/birthday. When you went to your neighbors yesterday, I think you said. All right. And then here is this one. Now these have designer in it. Oh, I don't know where is oh, she's still here. These are beautiful. These are actual costume, but look at these things. Look at this. So again, I'm going to use the analogy. I'm always looking for stone. I'm a stone girl. That's that's what I kind of went to school for. I've got a big, huge labradorite in here. But when I find things like this, oops, I just dropped it. These are clip. And they have synthetic sapphire. They glow red. But look at those things. If all I can tell you is that just take a look at what's going on here. You've got multi-cut shapes. You've got marquee. You've got princess, pears, rounds. And then look at those blue stones. Sterling silver. They are clip. But these are fabulous earrings. I mean, oh my God. You want to look like a princess look at those. I'm even showing where I've got my turquoise on today. Let me see. Look at this. Hold on, let me come over here. Got my turquoise on, but look at those things. Those are just phenomenal. I just love these earrings. I just fell in love with them. I said, oh, those are just beautiful. Okay. So that just gives you a realm of what we're doing. So again, if there's anything in here you want to take a screenshot. These are clip earrings up to here. So this is Brenda Schoenfeld. I got a couple pairs by her. This is a Pierce pair. This is a clip pair. Taxco inlay, and then there's some Lois Hill. There is John Hardy. These are Indian Ruby. So we'll have it all. We have bars down here in the corner. So we have it all here for you guys tomorrow. I've been on here just like if you guys want to chit chat about anything. Otherwise, I'm going to sign off and see you guys tomorrow. Let me come back to the camera. Yeah. So if there's anything you guys want to see, okay. Since you guys asked, I'll do one more thing and then he took them in the other room. I don't have them here. I was going to show you they are here. Hold on. Right, so let's see. Shannon, I'm going to work on those 11 rings today. Hopefully get them done. This is what I have already done in my realm of rings. So again, if you want to take a screenshot and send me an email, there is vintage Taxco in here. There are signed pieces in here. There is Navajo in here in this particular tray. I'll show that opal ring. Okay, Rhonda, I will. You just want to see what I'm talking about? Okay. Well, let's do that. I'll go through the 11 rings. I haven't priced them yet, so I have no idea. So if you're gonna ask me for a price on them, I won't know. So these are the ones that you guys have already, if you've been to my show, there's some new things from last week that were in here, that were added last week. So there's a poison ring right here, tiger's eye. So take a screenshot. Okay. Next one is this one. And then I'll show you the 11 rings and then we'll call it a day. There we go. Oop. I just know when we get into rings, it gets kind of chaotic about like, what's row this, row that. Oh, I have it upside down. Usually it's this way. Okay, it should be this way. So, did you guys get all that? Take a screenshot. Okay. Those are the ones that I've ready to go. Now, the 10, 11 rings, I'll just go through them. Here. I don't know what sizes they are, so bear with me. I can just tell you they're going to be small because I'm like an 8. Okay. Here's number 1. This is Israeli. These are the new rings I haven't priced yet. Don't know anything about it, but it is Israeli made. Okay. Next. This is garnet. These are the new rings I'm going to get to today. Let's price them all. Here is the Carolyn Pollock. Turquoise. Carolyn Pollock. How do I clean used jewelry when I first get them? Well, Tori, that's kind of a loaded question because it depends on what you're cleaning. So, because some things you just don't want to be cleaning at all, depending upon what you're doing. If you're not sure about something, you can always send me an email. Hold on a minute. Let me move my camera again. Here it is a good question. It's a fair question, and I think it's a very valid question. When it comes to specifically cleaning jewelry, I use the analogy. I go on the side of caution. So depending on what you're cleaning, clean it with caution. Okay. If you're not sure what you're cleaning, like for example, gemstones, I would just stop until you know what you're cleaning. Best thing to do is if you take it to your jeweler, they can help identify it. Or if you want to send me pictures of what you've got, then I will help you with that. As far as sterling silver is concerned, I am not a fan of dips, never have been. What I usually say is, I'll show you okay, this is opal. This is faceted Ethiopian opal. I don't know if those are diamonds or what on the side. Okay. They're beautiful. Faceted, which is unusual for opal to be faceted. But Ethiopian opal, you can do it with. Okay. I'm going to show you in a minute, Tori. Hold on a minute. Let me finish this little preview here for Rhonda. Here we go, Rhonda. This is one you're talking about. This is one you wanted me to show you. I believe this to be, haven't tested yet, but I believe just by sight, I believe this is pink Peruvian opal and Ethiopian opal. Look at the under gallery. So again, when I look at a piece of jewelry and you're in a store, okay, let's say you're looking at a whole bunch of, like I was just picking out these rings. What am I looking for? Let me move this camera. So like this. Let me use my back. Hold on. Sorry, guys. When you're the one woman show, you're trying to figure out how to do the best thing to show you. You look at construction. What is going on here? Of course, first thing you look at is the color, right? You're seeing all these different colors. Like, wow, what is going on there? So it gets your attention. And then when you touch it, these are cold. Gemstones are typically cold when you touch them. Okay. So that's the other thing. So right now, you know as myself, okay, what's going on here? And then when you flip the ring over, if you see something like this, it's called an undergallery, finished undergallery on a ring. It shows usually a sign of quality. That means that they're trying to show that, wow, this is like a designer assigned ring. It's also for comfort. And that's an extra expense that a person or a designer would put on their ring for comfortability as well as extra metal for protection. Okay. And so, and typically when you find sterling rings now, or even like, for example, I'm wearing this is David Yurman. Okay. This is one of my, I will not use any type of dip. If you put this in type of dip, this will take off the plating. This is called rhodium plating on sterling silver. Okay. If you put this in a dip, it will strip this. So that's why I'm not a fan of dips. It literally will strip the metal. So most of the sterling silver you find in the marketplace today has what we call rhodium plate. And rhodium is a subsidiary, or it's part of the platinum family. Okay. It's very expensive. Okay. But it helps with the anti-tarnishing of sterling silver. Okay. So it helps protect it. It helps keep the shine to sterling. Okay. So dips will strip it. That's why I'm like not a fan of them. Okay. So simple, like I think somebody said something with old-fashioned Colgate. Now Rhonda, I'm not a fan of toothpaste. I don't like toothpaste because it has zirconium in it. If you look at the ingredients on the side of your Colgate box or press thing, it will say zirconium. Zirconium is an abrasive. Okay. So what I use, again, is be like simple soap and water, depending upon what I'm doing. Okay. I've always been a fan of these. Now, I'm not a sponsor. I always say that I'm not a sponsor, but you can buy off brands of these too. Okay. I love this brand. I've been around them in my jewelry store all the time. Polishing cloths. They make one for gold. They make for silver. Okay. What these are, once here, let's just take one out. They make them different. They're Connoisseurs brand. So if you Google these or put them on Amazon, Connoisseurs, and they're known for their jewelry making or jewelry cleaning. Okay. And you take one out. This is what you're going to get. Of course, mine's dirty. This is what it looks like. Connoisseurs gold jewelry polishing cloth. Okay. Now, you'll see one side is purple. One side is got this. You can see how much I've used it. It's got there's the chemicals built in on the white side. Okay. And then when you're done cleaning it, you wipe it with the purple side. That's why the purple doesn't seem like it has a lot of marks on it too much. Okay. So what you do, now the gold, I will use on gold. Okay. You will use it on platinum, gold, anything that's not sterling silver. So here's my ring. Here, this is my wedding ring, platinum wedding ring. If I can get this close up. Maybe I'm kind of using this as my haul / maybe it's just a content video today. So you guys are getting an extra treat from me today. Sure, I've done it. All right, so here's my wedding ring. It's platinum. Okay. Now what I do is I go through this and I just wipe it. And it's good to check your prongs I'd say every 3 to 6 months on all your metal on your rings. Okay. And you just kind of wipe it. Okay. With the white side. It doesn't have to be a long time. Okay. Just kind of wipe it. See how I'm shining up that metal right there? See, and you just wipe it. Okay. And then I'm done. I go to the purple side and I wipe it with the purple side. That gets little scratches off the jewelry. Okay. And as far as cleaning the stones, the safe way, if you're not sure what kind of stones you have, of course, that's why it's like kind of a loaded question, because you have to know what you're cleaning to know what you're gonna clean it. So if you're not sure what gemstone you have, please take it to your jeweler so they can definitely identify what you have if you're not sure what it is. Now, if I was talking about this ring, this is not something I would clean. This is something I would just use the cloth and leave it alone. Opal does not have any crystal structure to it. So what that means is you have to be very careful about what kind of environment this goes into. Anything very hot or very cold, you will crack the stones. So for example, if you love this ring and you want to purchase from me, I will just say the first thing you speak is that opal. This is from the one in the center is from Peru. Peru is called Peruvian opal. That's what I'm thinking it is. And then this is from Ethiopia. Needless to say, that doesn't have, it's very soft. It's a soft stone. Okay. So what that means is you don't want to go gardening with it. I wouldn't suggest you wear it to the store. I wouldn't suggest this would be like a fancy occasion kind of ring that you would wear. Okay. So you kind of have to know what gemstone you have to know how to take care of it. So when it comes to cleaning it, I would just use the cloth and then simple cloth, one of these, a little velvet cloth. Okay. And just wipe it with, especially if you use perfumes, chemicals, hand lotions, things like that. That way you can get all that stuff off your stone, similar to pearls. Okay. So you don't dip pearls in any type of liquid, right? You just wipe them with a clean cloth. Similar to that, I use the same analogy for opal. And if you wear this, and for example, it's a beautiful ring, don't get me wrong, but if you wear this, like for example, you were the owner of this ring, you went in the freezer, definitely take off your ring because it doesn't like extreme temperature changes very well. So if you're living, I'm just giving you, these are the kind of things that I don't explain a lot in my show. It takes much time, but needless to say, those are the things that you have to look at when you're looking at whatever gemstone you're doing. When it comes to, now if I'm talking about, now that's for opal. Okay, so opal, think of opal, coral, turquoise, things like that. Now, the turquoise lovers in the house, I know that they stay true to patina, things like that. They don't touch their turquoise. They like the natural patina it does. Okay, there's some people who say, well, that's not, if it's vintage, yeah, okay. If it's something new, that's up to you. It's a personal choice. Okay, if you're doing, let me go back to this garnet. Now, if you knew that this was a garnet and you wanted to clean it, okay. Now, garnet's a whole different avenue. And garnet can take a little bit of everyday wear. Okay. So you could use the polishing cloth again on this. When I use the analogy, if you take this and how to clean your jewelry. So if you took a little bit of Windex, what Windex is, it's ammonia and water with food coloring in it. Same stuff you buy in jewelry cleaner at the store, right? So you want to, what I usually do when you go take your ring to the jeweler, when I worked in the jewelry industry, in the back, they have the buffing wheel. They have steamers, they have ultrasonics, they have things like that. So again, because of the prong setting, you want to make sure you get your prongs checked everywhere. And if you wear a ring every 3 to 6 months, make sure everything's all tight. Because you put things in ultrasonic, what happens is you put the ring in there and you hang it in like this, and then the water shakes like this. Okay. So if you've got any loose stones, things are going to come out of the ring. And then at the jewelry store, we have to find it in the bottom of the ultrasonic, which just keeps it hot. And the reason why we heat it up is because it helps break up the grease and the oils off stones and things in a quicker fashion. That's why ultrasonics get really hot. The steamers we use are very hot. So you have to be careful with that. So if you're not sure about jewelry cleaning, I always say, you can always send me an email and say, Jen, how would you do this? Or what would you suggest I do? I'm not sure of the stone. First of all, take it to the jeweler, make sure you're talking to a professional who knows what stones you have. And if you don't know what it is, then again, I will try to help you. But just use on the side of caution. Mild soap and water, always a good thing. If not, then just soft cloth. Soft cloth is always good, and you'll go from there. So hopefully, does that make sense? So hopefully that what you need to do. But Now all these new settings that come out, especially in the last 20 years, they've used rhodium plating. Rhodium makes this real nice bright white finish on it. And over the course of time, the other thing you guys have to be careful of, so if anybody is either goes in the pool a lot, if you go in your own pool or go to the local pool or whatever, please take your jewelry off don't wear your jewelry in the pool. And the reason why I say that is I actually had a conversation with somebody, is that I had this lady, and I'll give you a story. She came to my jewelry store this is when I was working there. She bought this beautiful $7,000 tanzanite and diamond ring on a cruise ship. Okay. She came back, and about 6 months later, she came in the store because one of her stones came out of her ring. Okay. And she's like, Jenny, what did I do? And I said, well, so tell me about yourself. What do you do with this ring? She's like, I wear it every day. And which is very unusual because tanzanite is a little more of a softer stone. So you want to be a little bit careful with it. If you're not sure about hardness and how I should wear it, I use the analogy colors of the American flag, typically. So if it's red, white, or blue, gemstones, ruby, sapphire, diamond, those are typically safe. You can wear any day of the week. Now, do they make multicolored sapphires? Yes. Okay. So you have to kind of know what stone you're talking about. So if you're not sure, again, send me an email. Okay. So anyway, so I'm getting back to this lady. And so she came back and she, she's like, I asked her, what do you do? And she's like, well, the only thing I do is I wear it every day because I love this ring and I bought it on my cruise and blah, blah, blah. And so she says, well, I go to water aerobics every day. I said, oh, you do? And I said, do you take off your ring? She's like, no, I wear it all the time. I said, oh, well, what people fail to realize is in pool water, it's chlorinated, like chlorine, at a higher strength than what you would have in your tap water, right? So to help clean whatever's in the pool, right? So it also eats gold. So if you're exposing metal to chlorine for a long period of time, it will actually eat and wear away your gold or the metal, right? So needless to say, what happened is that, first of all, she bought this ring, and it was a gorgeous ring. Don't get me wrong. It was a gorgeous, like 7-carat tanzanite with some diamonds on the side. But again, it was, the metal wasn't very thick. So after 6 months of wearing it on a consistent basis to the pool, there was nothing left for any of the stones to be held in. So she lost stones. So I had to figure out, what are we going to do here? She's like, well, I really love the ring. Can you guys fix it? I said, well, we'd have to really start over because there's nothing there. Again, you have to start with meat on the bone. I use that analogy, using the meat on the bone. And if you don't know that, then think of it this way. When you pick up a piece of jewelry, does it have nice heft to it? How is it constructed? Things like that. So needless to say, when I calibrated, when you measure a stone for settings, like for example, you go to a jewelry store and say, hey, I got this stone from my aunt or my sister or whatever, and I want to set it in something. We use the analogy, or the term, and the term we use is calibrated. We calibrate something, which means has a certain size to it, like 12 by 6, 12 by 8, 8 by 6, blah, blah, blah. So you can go to a catalog of settings and you say, oh, to help save some money, these manufacturers make settings that will fit these certain size gemstones, which will save you a lot of money. Unfortunately, in her situation, this tanzanite that was phenomenal in color was not what we call a non-calibrated size, which means it was a unique size stone. Okay. So we had to custom make the setting again for her, which we mean by hand, which meant that she had to spend, at that time when gold was cheaper, at that time it was probably, I'm going to guess probably $600-700 an ounce. Okay. She said to still spend another $2,000 to $3,000. I don't remember the cost of it, but it was a lot of money. Okay. After she just spent $7,000 on the ring on the ship. So needless to say, she was not too happy about it. But at the end of the day, she learned her lesson. She says, oh, guess I'm not going to be wearing that to the pool anymore. I said, yes, that's probably a good thing. And, but she also said, on your wedding set, if you're diamonds, if anything you're wearing, you shouldn't wear it in the pool. So if you guys are going into any pools, or if you're a water aerobic person, or if I know we have summer right here. If you're living in an environment with pools, please keep that in mind when you're wearing your jewelry. Okay. Because on the backside of it is, if you try to take care of it, it's actually, chemicals can be very hard to metal and actually wear away the strength of the metal. So hopefully that makes sense, and that's what but yes, so I'm yeah, if you're not sure what the stone is, or if you're not sure what you have, please send me an email. I'll be happy to identify it for you in a simple way. The other thing is that, especially like, for example, this, if you put opal in the pool, it would probably ruin the finish of this ring. So again, you have to know what you're wearing. So if you, and what gemstones are all, this is Peruvian opal again. Okay. So just got to be careful. That's all I'm saying. So I don't feel like everybody's lecturing anybody, but here we go. This is amber, I think. Yes, this is amber. Amber, I believe in marcasite. So these are the new rings, Tori. I think it was you asked, or no, it wasn't, who was asked for this? Rhonda, who asked for me to show these? I forgot. I forgot. I'm going through them. I'll see, like I said, I got all day to get through these, kind of price them and see what's going on. This is black spinel and smoky quartz. Really, really pretty. Black spinel is a naturally colored gemstone like that, because a lot of refraction. We call that term refraction in that. And smoky quartz, of course, is in the quartz family. 2 more, and then I'll see if you guys get any more questions from me. You love. Oh, Shannon asked me. Thank you, Shannon. All right, Larimar. Seahorse. Do I have any seahorse lovers here? Larimar. Little seahorse. This is made in Thailand. Again, look at the construction. Look at the metal. See how much thickness is here? Even if it's newer ring, you want to look at something that's got some meat on the bone. Does that make sense? I feel like maybe that should be my new punchline. Meat on the bone for jewelry. Because that makes sense to everybody. Because they're like, okay, if I don't have metal to start with, I can't just add it along the way. You got to start with something that's beefy, right? So, but I know some of you, I mean, even on delicate rings, you know, just if you're aware of what you've got, then that's all I want to be aware of. Okay, this is, let me see what this is. I think this is black spinel. Black spinel. Black spinel, probably white zircon or something like that. Black spinel ring. Again, nice under gallery, nice sign of quality. So there's that. So those are the new rings that I'll have to price for tomorrow. We'll see if I get to them. Shannon, wish me luck. I will get to those for you, hopefully. I will work on the first one will be the opal, so you know. Okay. But the other thing I use, guys, from the same line are these. So if you want to use on the safe side would be these polishing cloths, which are really, really nice. Connoisseurs is the brand. You know, what can you buy these off-brand, off-market? Yes. I just seem like I buy them just because I can usually get a whole bunch at the same time. The other thing that they make is these jewelry wipes. Now, these are dry wipes, okay? Now, these are a little bit more concentrated. So if you want to start to clean jewelry, however, this will strip. And this is what Dina, if you watch Dina's show, for all my Dina Marie fans, you have to be using these except on vermeil. Vermeil being yellow plated sterling, because it will strip the sterling. They look like this. When you open up the box, you got like this, and they have see other like little, and they have the little wipes. Okay. But this is these are very concentrated. So depending upon how bad your stuff you're cleaning and what you want it to be done, I would start with, if you want to do a light cleaning, do this. If you're sure what you want to do and you want to get it really, really, if it's grandma's silver and you say, oh, it's tarnished to black, then you would use this. If it's something like you're doing flatware or something like that, this is, you know, something along the lines of that. That's where these would be a nice thing to have. Okay. So there you go. All right. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. I've been on here almost 2 hours, but I need to say I always like to have time with you guys, and I appreciate all the support. Let me get that out of the way. I should probably do that, right, Fracasso? I'm not a sponsor. I'm not a sponsor. I'm just telling you, but these are the kind of things that people ask me all the time. Say, what should I get? Okay, but yeah, I should probably put a little affiliate. You guys can. That's why I show you the picture and say, here's what I use. Sarah, the opal ring. This, it's a size 7. Size 7, Sarah. Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah. I have that one. That's 7. I'll have all the information on those 11 rings. I just haven't, like I said, I ran out of time last night. I need my rest. So yeah, so it depends on what you're doing. Like Focasso says, I use those. What he's talking about is these, like use those to, if you want to take off the vermeil of something, then yeah, you want to. But you don't want to, if that's why you have to know what you want to do with the cleaners you're using. And if on the safe side, I'd rather go on the side of caution and say use less. Less is more. Does that make sense? So less is more. So you start with soap and water or a soft cloth just to wipe the oils off. The other thing I would suggest, if you're wearing pearls, okay, if you go out and you say, I'm going to put my pearls on. And if pearls are the last thing you put on when you go out for the evening, and if you're going to wear perfume, do it lightly or put your perfume on your wrists. Unless it's not wearing, like, so if you're wearing your pearl necklace, put your perfume on your wrists, because the perfume will actually eat the nacre of the pearls over a course of time. That's why when you find grandma's pearls and they're like, why is it a shade of yellow? That's the reason, because all the perfume got into grandma's pearls and they ate away the luster. And like, why do they look like that? That's what happens. So you gotta be really careful. Think of organic gems, coral, pearls, abalone, shell, things like that. Wipe them off with a clean cloth when you get home, okay, before you put them in storage, and that way you can get all the you don't want to have lotions and perfume on your organic gems. Does that make sense? Oh, you're welcome, Roche. You're welcome. That's right. Yes, porous porous gems. That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, are they like a necklace, Frank? Are they rings, or what are they? Rings or a necklace? I would use the same analogy like I just discussed. I would just use mild, maybe very mild soap water, or just use a cloth, a wet cloth, maybe just like a what do they call those, like a soft, if you have like an old, let's say you have an extra towel from your bathroom, I usually use like a nice cotton towel, and just get a little bit just kind of damp, and just kind of rub it in that cloth, Frank, and see if that will get it off. Okay, use just, but not soaking it, but just like just get the towel a little damp and just kind of rub the pearl, in that little section, and see if you can get the gunk off that way, bead by bead by bead by bead. Microfiber, thank you. Okay, you use microfiber too. Yeah, microfiber. I was thinking even more softer. So if you have a cotton towel, microfiber sometimes has polyester or whatever. Sometimes when you get something stuck on it, like hard or whatever, I usually like to use cotton products. That's me. So pearls can get permanently. What happens is, Rhonda, they don't get permanently stained. They actually get destroyed because you can't put the nacre back on an organic gem. So needless to say is that if you put perfume, anything organic soaks it in. Think of it like a sponge. Okay. So if you're going to put something on a pearl, And if it soaks into the skin of the pearl, does that make sense? And so once the damage is there, you can't do anything about it except replace the piece. So when it comes to pearls, again, I'm going to go through it. Pearls, coral, abalone. What else am I missing? Opal. Opal's not opal. That's not organic, but it doesn't have a crystal structure. So those kind of things, be careful of. And I know that they make unquote cleaners for that. Don't use the cleaner. I never tell. Don't buy the pearl cleaner. Don't buy the jewelry cleaner from the store. Again, a jewelry cleaner that they sell at the store. I'm saving you guys money. What jewelry cleaner is at the store? It's ammonia and water with food coloring in it, with the jewelry store's name on it. That's what it is. I'll be perfectly frank with you guys. What we used in the store when I worked there, when we put in the ultrasonics, was Mr. Clean, right? Mr. Clean, diluted it with water and put it in our ultrasonic cleaner. That's what we use in the tank. Stuff you can buy at the grocery store. So, but again, when you're not knowing what you're cleaning, you just don't want to just start throwing all your jewelry collection in the sonic and say, oh, everything's gonna be clean in here. No, because you have to know what you're cleaning. So you got to be careful. Oh, you're welcome. I should have put on here we're going to talk about everything under the sun. I don't know, but I haven't done one of these in a while. The last one I did was, I think I did a video on beggar's beads, and you guys like that, but that was more just to talk. And I like to do interactive because I like to talk to you guys and answer questions along the way. And plus it's a holiday. I figured just be on here a couple lit to chat. Frank's jewelry cleaner coming. I like that. Yeah. So simple like this. This is on. I'm wearing it. I didn't show you. It's turquoise. Like for example, this piece. This is up for sale for tomorrow, guys. If you didn't miss this, let me put this on a bus. How I would do this. Okay. Again, turquoise being a stone. So again, when you are working with cleaning something like this, there are, I guess, purists in the world. I guess I'd say not just in YouTube land, but people who love their sterling silver. Some people want the patina on it. The patina being the natural finish, oxidation finish that silver does over time. This is a newer piece. To me, it's not. This looks like barse to me. Again, I have a pendant I showed earlier, but let me hold this up here. Trying to hold it here. This is the back side. So here's like all these pieces. Let me show you the back side and the front side. See, how would you clean that, right? You're like, well, what do I do here, right? So again, I would just use soap and water on something like this because you've got stone going on here. Now, if you have a piece of vintage turquoise or Navajo pieces, most of the people I run into will say, keep the patina, like here. This is some pearls I got. If anybody's interested in these, let me know. Look at these. These are all bench beads. All done bench beads. And you see how they're not shiny? They're not shiny. They have patina. Okay? These are gorgeous, by the way. If anybody wants these, let me know. All hand done. Okay? But purists will say, leave it alone because that's how they like it. But the thing is, I took, to be fair, I kind of did here, let me show you. Take this off of here. I had another strand of these, okay? I had a strand back in the past. I already sold them, but needless to say, I had a strand. Let me take this off. Hook this back together. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay. You see that these are not as shiny as that. Has patina. That's what we call that. And again, these are hand done. And what's cool about this, and I'm not the jewelry, but if you look at these are all hand done on the bench, soldered in the middle. Okay. Old. Come down here. And then what's unusual about this necklace, which I'm going to get into about here. Now, these are all, again, this is all high polished at the top. Okay. Get down to this section of the necklace. They have these patterns in here. Okay. Now, could I shine this up? Can I make this shiny? Of course I can. Do I want to? No, because why would I do that? Because it's the native way of doing how things tarnish over time, right? But this necklace is unusual because of the size of the beads and the pattern as well. Because when you have pattern going all the way around the bead like that, you will find saucer shaped ones, which is more like UFO shaped, like little, like that, versus balls. So this is a very unusual necklace. It also commands a premium because of that. So, I use the analogy, depends on what I'm doing. So some people, I like this the way it is because you can still see the design in it. When I first got this a little bit, this thing was dark. If this was all high polished, I probably would have just left it alone. But I decided to give it a little bit of a shine, just a little bit, because that way you can see the pattern. I think the pattern is beautiful. And some people might say, well, I want it all dark. So I just, I gave a little clean, just a little bit. Because it still leaves the patina, but also gives it the authenticity that's going to be. Eventually it will go back to where it was, but I didn't give it I didn't want to strip it. Does that make sense? These are $650. I dropped $650 on these beads. It's a phenomenal strand. I can give you the specs. I had this for a bit, but this is one of the higher priced beads I've had, but these are beautiful. How do I store them? I would put this if I had these in my box, I always tell people, if you have jewelry boxes or drawers versus hanging them, flat. Because it releases the pressure on, now this is strung on chain, okay? But if you had, let's say, knotted glass, gravity pulls things down, right? So you want to lay things flat if you can. So that's why you find a lot of people who in their closet, sometimes you know what they use? They use drawers, like for ties. And you can put your jewelry in there and lay your jewelry in sections, like in little, almost like where neckties would go. Some people do that. So because it relieves the pressure off of the gravity. Does that make sense? So I just happen to have this on here for display, of course, for right now. But yeah, if this was mine, I would have this flat in my drawer. Yeah. There you go. Yep. Yippee, if you are interested in that, I will bring that up tomorrow for sale on auction. This is just what I did today. This has been turned into kind of a question and answer time, but I have shown this before. But if you're interested in this strand tomorrow, I will bring this up for auction tomorrow, and I will do that for you if you're interested in that. I just happened to we're talking about patina, and that's why I brought this example out. So. This is also Taxico. Everybody's looking for a huge Taxico cross. I thought that's cool too. It's a phenomenal necklace. This is one of my favorite necklaces. If you guys do some research, and again, when it comes to Navajo beads, please do your research. First thing you're going to look at is what kind of bead are we looking at? Who is the maker of this strand? I don't know. There's no tag. Normally on the back of these, there will be a maker hang tag right here with a little square or something, little maker tag, not maker tag. So I don't know if it's missing or if it was everyone there, but also look at the beads. So if you guys are looking at price comparisons, please do your research as well. They go by weight as well as pattern, as well as the size of the beads. Again, when you get to the round beads, command more of a premium than saucer beads. Saucer being those little more of a, I call them UFO shape. People seem to understand what I'm talking about. It's more expensive to do it this way. Okay. So that's why that is the price it is. Okay. You're welcome, Yippee. You're welcome. And this will be up for sale tomorrow too. I was wearing this for the show. So anyway, that's it. I've been on here 2 hours. I mean, you guys, any other questions for me? This is fun. I kind of like this. It's kind of like ask Jenny questions if you want to. Otherwise, 'cause I don't do this too often. So you guys get me. Oh, there's my hair. My hair. Oh, headband. And if you have any questions, anything I've shown, let me know. That's why I do the hauls, because that way you guys know what's going to be coming up for sale tomorrow. I don't pre-sell anything. But to be fair to everybody, since I've been kind of going through things, so any of the new things now, Yippee knows about that necklace. She's seen that necklace before. But now I have some new viewers here. I usually bring it up for auction just so everybody can see it again. And then if you're the only bidder, then you get the item. Okay. Have I shown my studio yet? Well, I don't really, you guys want to see my studio? You're thinking of Jen B, my sister, I think, my other, I call her my bookend. She makes jewelry. I don't make jewelry. So behind here, well, I mean, here, I'll just show you what I'm doing. So I just kind of have displays of things behind me, behind there, back here. You know, I try to surround myself with jewelry. Let me see if I can zoom this in for you guys to see. But I just took an old tapestry rug that's on my table back here. And then I got this beautiful screen. I love Asian pieces. I love cloisonne. I love Asian. And I got this screen, believe it or not, at a thrift store for 20 bucks. And when I first started YouTube, you guys can go back to my original videos when I started 2 years ago. All I had behind me was probably 3 busts and a little foldable bookcase. And I had somebody on viewer say, Jenny, you should do something with your backdrop because everybody likes to see what's behind you. And I said, oh, okay. So then eventually I put a poster or some type of thing on the wall. And then it kind of like, okay, we went from there. And then I found this screen. And then this table I used was in our foyer. So my Joe let me have the coffee. It's what the coffee table. It's like wood coffee table or console table. And then we've brought this in here, and then we put the screen up, and it was the perfect size. It was like this. I couldn't, ask for something better. And then I just bought next, and I decided to put displays of jewelry all over it. So you'll see back here, I've got brooches and gemstones, and then I brought out a couple of rocks and minerals and things to just put up there to hold up. Up here, what you're seeing, I've talked about this before. That was my graduation cap when I graduated college back in 19 for my second degree. So that was my hat. And I decided, you know what, I would put that up on my wall because that's kind of like my motto. So if you want to know a little bit about me, that's kind of like my motto. If you leave a little sparkle of yourself wherever you go with your jewelry or just your personality, that's the way I am. The mirror you're seeing up there on the left. Now, I don't know. I got that from I call her my sis, T's Jewelry. Her friend, I think her name is Linda, makes these mirrors out of old jewelry. And when she first started, her and I started around the same time. And I noticed it on her backdrop, and I asked her about it. And she's like, oh, I said, if we ever want to sell it, let me know. And so she did. So I said, and then her friend also did Christmas trees. So I don't know if she still talks to her friend or not. You guys might have to reach out to T and ask her about her friend. I think her name was Linda. Let me see if I still have her. I have everybody's cards and stuff here on my desk. Let's see. Hold on. I have little notes and stuff on my desk. Hi, Stacy. We're just chit-chatting. We're just chit-chatting away. Actually, I have her name. Like, her name is Linda. I haven't. So, yeah, I have her name. His name is Linda. Her friend Linda. So I haven't asked T in a while. No, she's been busy finding all her beautiful jewelry for all of you. But she used to have them on her show. Her friend Linda's things, and she would sell them. She would create these pieces of like Christmas trees or mirrors out of jewelry, and I just fell in love with them. And I had one on my set. So that's my set back there. And then I bring things up once in a while for trinkets and other things from once in a while for sale. Hi, Deborah. We're just chit-chatting right now. And yeah, so it makes things easy for me to grab jewelry. Plus, I am I use the analogy that I try to, even though I use bags like this, I use Ziplocs. You guys know I'm the queen of Post-it notes, so I do all my research and put things down so you guys, I'm ready to go. I can go from one thing to the next. However, if I try to show respect to the jewelry, because the jewelry is what you guys are here for. And if you're treating it with respect and showing it to people, that's how I kind of look at it that way. So yes, do I store them in bags? Maybe not long term, but this is just a way that I can visually see what's in my inventory in front of me. And then I have them on displayed on the back, so that way you guys can see it, and you can see a whole bunch of things at one time. So it's almost like you're going to a jewelry store, right? If you're going to a jewelry store, you're going to have displays of things to look at. That way you can see a whole bunch of things at one time. Because then you're like, what else does she have behind here? What else does she have? So that's why I take the time to put things on displays, do the research on things, and go from there. So does it take time? Yes. People ask me all the time, how do I do it? Working full time at a hospital in the emergency room. I work 4 days a week there. And then the other 3 days a week, I am here. You guys see me in chats. I'm sitting here at this desk, getting things cleaned and prepped for everything that you need to be done. And then spending a little time, of course, with Joe and family. And then we do it all the time for you guys. So it's daunting, but I also feel very satisfied doing what I do. So it's my passion. That's right, Merche. It's my passion. So, and just to give you an idea here, I have not done this yet. So I'm going to show you something. So for all my naysayers who are out there and say, what is her background, right? There you go. It's not my current last name, but here you go. You want to know what a GIA degree looks like? There you go. 1994. So that's my degree. You guys want to see my degree? There you go. That's what a GIA, probably maybe they changed it up since then. There you go. So people say, where's your degree? There you go. You want to know? I'm not making it up. There you go. There's my degree. In this frame. It's just, I don't have it behind me on the wall because it's on a stand on my other side, but that was my maiden name. Just to let you guys know. I'm transparent like that. I'm the worst poker player in the world. I will tell everybody that because I'm very transparent, but that's the way I am. What you see is what you get. Okay, so there you go. Take a screenshot and say, Jen, there's Jen's degree. There you go. So I haven't done that in 2 years, and I'm not going to do it again because I figured if anybody wants to see it, it's here. You're going to know about my thing. So that's it. It's on the other side. So, all right. Well, I've had some people question, and that's fine. I've had people question. That's kind, it's okay. I've had people question. I am one of those people that are skeptic about everything in life. But the other thing is, too, if I have something to make people at ease, I will do it. That's why I have you guys ask questions. That's why I have you guys say, do your own research. That's why I say, and you'll find out if and I do get corrected. There's a couple people in this chat, there's certain facts that I love listening to a lot of you guys in the chat telling me about things. I'm not gonna name you by name, but you guys know who I'm talking about. But there's a couple people in the chat, they'll say, hey, Jenny, did you know this? And I'm like, no, I didn't know that. That's awesome. I'm like, I learned something new from all of you. I use the analogy that everybody on this earth has something positive to give, unless you're going to prove me wrong. So I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. That's why I try to do that. But the same thing is that everybody has something to offer. So why not be loving and supportive of one another than being negative? So that's what I'm going to say about that. And thank you, Leslie. I appreciate that. For example, for her, she's becoming one of my dearest friends. Okay. And Leslie, I'll make you cry now, but needless to say that she's a very dear friend to me. I've learned a lot from her. She'll say that she's learned a lot from me. I go to her for any costume jewelry questions, glass questions. If you guys don't know, check out her channel, Black Dog Vintage. She'll be on Wednesday this week, Wednesday night. She does phenomenal things. She makes jewelry too. So she loves doing that. So I just want to know that everybody know that this is how I am. This is what it is. Very simple. I try to keep things very simple. But again, I also know that gemology can be very daunting to get every single aspect of gemology. Um, so if I can try to break it down in a simple way for you guys to get it, or some ways for take care of your precious things that you buy, then I want that for you because I'd rather give you the information and you can put it back here and say, oh, I remember that. Jen taught us that. Oh, or if I'm going out, even if you guys are thrifters yourself and you go out looking for hunting for treasure and you say, oh, yeah, Jen taught us that. What about heft of a ring or looking at under galleries or things like that that will just make you more apt to say, oh, I do learn from her. So oh, you're welcome, Rachel. That's fine. You know, and I welcome everybody here. And to be quite frank, I welcome people as long as the only rule I have, actually a couple rules, everybody be respectful of one another, love one another, and have a good time. That's why in this paper, I have this on my desk every day. It says love. I got this at a thrift store, and this is a little Italian paperweight I got. But I remind myself every day to do what you love, share your love, and we move on, you know, and we support one another. So, yeah. And so for me, I have, again, Leslie has a background in a couple of things too, and so do I. So it's kind of like between all of us, we have something offered to positively give to all of you in the community. And there's people here that don't even have channels and that are here in this chat that are lovely people. They're all lovely people. But to me, is that when you guys interact with us, it gives us more reason to do what we want to do and share our passions with all of you. So yeah, no negativity, all positive. And again, you know, we're here to help you guys and to find some wonderful things for you guys to see and purchase and love and go from there. So is that pretty much it? I think so. I did not realize I was going to do this for 2 hours, but it's okay. I love it. I mean, if you guys have something else to do today, I've just been chatting away. My husband says, you do what you want to do, Jen. It's your day off. So you've been watching the whole time? Good. I'm like, you guys are like, I don't know if I'm entertaining for 2 hours or not. I'm kind of just me. So you have no filter. Yeah, I have no filter too. It's funny because one time I talked so much, and Leslie can attest to this. I spoke with her on the phone for, what was that, Leslie? Like 3 hours one time. I think we spoke for 3 hours on the phone. She fell asleep on me. she she was so tired she fell asleep, and I kept talking and I didn't realize she wasn't even awake for it, but it's okay. It was hilarious. I'm like, hello, and then she's like, I hung up the phone and she called me the next morning. She's like, Jenny, I'm so sorry I fell asleep on you. So I talk so much because I don't even know the other person's still listening or not. So anyway, but anyway, yeah. So hi, Elizabeth. How are you? Good to see you. So what I did today at the beginning of this video was to show my things for tomorrow. And then we just got in a chit chat session about cleaning jewelry for a little bit, and then just answering questions. So we're just having just an ad lib kind of, how you know. And again, happy Memorial Day to everybody. Thank you all for who are serving, who have served, and for your family members who have given ultimate sacrifice for our country. It means a lot to me and my husband. My husband was former military. So again, I know that this day is, you know, time to be with your family and your loved ones, but also remember what the day is about as well. So I'm just gonna keep it at that. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. You know, and I guess the thing is, I'm trying to be a little bit more, well, Leslie can attest to this too. I'm more technology savvy. Probably do more shorts and content. You know, and if you guys haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Hit the thumbs up for all 29 people. I have 18 of you here. 29 were here, I guess. They have 29 thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit that bell icon. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. And then after that, we'll see what happens, you know. But in the meantime, I'm enjoying the ride. I love being here and enjoying all of you. And it's fun. It's fun. You are family to me and Joe. And if it's anything that you guys need, don't hesitate to send me an email, jensgemsfinds@gmail.com. Any questions about anything you own, anything you're looking at, or something on my show, or whatever it is, I try to help you guys as much as I can. Okay. But again, it's sometimes difficult if you send me a photograph. I don't have the piece in person to look at, but I will try to lead you in a direction, at least to do some research on your own. Okay. So everybody's trying to post flags. I gotcha. I know, because I didn't have I think I went to search for emojis yesterday to do for Memorial Day, and I don't have the American flag. I had a medal and I had stars or something. So I'm like, or I have a checkered flag, which is that's what I'm looking for. So anyway, but all right, well, I'm gonna go. I think we're good. Unless you guys have anything else you want to chat about. I don't know. We're just shooting the breeze. I feel like I've been on. I don't know. Is anybody on right now? Is any sellers on today? I don't know. If anybody we can go raid or anything. You sold 5-year costume breaks. Awesome, Sunray. Oh, and just speaking of which, Sunray, I don't know if you're ready yet for a lot. I have 3 bags of craft, if anybody's a crafter here. And I also have my 3 trays of jewelry lot that I do. I haven't done in a while, but if you're needing one of those, Sunray, let me know. But I do have that. Just to let you guys know, we're going to probably have a special visitor tomorrow. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to have a special visitor tomorrow at the show. So you guys got to come back and see who the special visitor is here. Okay. Hi, Leslie. How are you, my dear? Good to see you. Oh, I did have a trinket box. We're just chit-chatting today. I just did a haul. Leslie, do you own this box yet? I know you collect the little trinket boxes. Look, you have one of these? I bought this out in the wild the other day. Little Italian trinket box. I think about trinket boxes all the time, or pill box. But this will be up for sale tomorrow if you're interested in something like this. This little porcelain trinket box, okay? That's the only little box I got this week. But anyway, you guys have any other questions for me? Oh, you lined the street this morning? Oh, I miss doing that, Heart Candy. I used to when I lived outside of Chicago, we had our 4th of July parade, and I remember getting candy and the flags, and it was just a good way to be with the community and things like that. So yeah, it's you know, I hope that all of us, and for my Canadian friends, I love you guys too. I love all my Canadian friends as well. Turquoise cleaning. Elizabeth just kind of I just kind of jumped over that a little bit. Best thing to do for turquoise, just a soft cloth. Soft cloth. And don't use any big hard chemicals. And if anybody tells you to use toothpaste on jewelry, go slap them. Because toothpaste is not the way to go. Okay. So for all my people in the chat thinking it's safe to use toothpaste on jewelry, please don't use toothpaste. That's all I'm going to say. If you're not sure, soft cloth with maybe a little bit of like maybe a little soap or Dawn or something, and wipe it, and then store it. If you can store all your jewelry flat versus hanging it, that's even better. So yeah, that's the way to go. And if you're in doubt of what stone you're working with, on the side of caution, just wipe it with a cloth, just a simple suede cloth, and start there. And just until you know what you're working with, because I don't want to have anybody come back and say, "Oh, I dipped everything. Oh my gosh," I don't want to have people destroy it. I had a coworker of mine. Again, I showed this earlier. This is my David Yurman. Okay, she had a David Yurman bracelet. She bought one of those dips, and she put her David Yurman in a dip. It took all the rhodium plating off. There's no way you can do it except send it back to the factory for them to redo it. So that's why I'm saying, until you know what you're doing and what you're working with, best thing to do is just give it a soft cloth wipe, maybe a little bit of soap. Soap's not going to do anything too much typically to jewelry, okay, unless you're working with pearls or something like that, but just soft cloth, okay? Yeah, there you go. So never not to use water on turquoise. So soft cloth, the best, okay? So this will be up for sale. Earrings, I have some earrings that are beautiful that kind of go with it too. And also, if you don't want the big necklace, I have this. Let's see, where was it? I get to find it. I showed so much today. Where is it? Somewhere in this bag of stuff. I have a stone tomorrow. Oh, look at this. For all of you got here, look. You want some chunky coral? Look at that. And I have earrings to go with it. Bam. Look how thick the coral is. Oh my God. So, yeah. I got this from a state. So, yeah, you do not want to get any water near this. Wipe soft cloth only. Yep. But it's beautiful. So, that's here. I was looking for that pen and I can't find it right now, but you guys tune in tomorrow. What did I get on me? I got face of fuzz. Okay. Yeah. So tune in tomorrow. We'll have all this stuff. Back on this video, I did show all my trays. So if you guys saw my trays, such as earrings, rings, I gave you time during that video to take screenshots. Just tell me tomorrow when we get to them that, give me a row number, that kind of thing. You can always send me an email on Starting Biz, and I will do that for you. Tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central Time. 1 p.m. Central Time. I plan on being on here. Well, it depends on what happens, but usually I try to stay at the 4 hours, but it seems like lately we've been going to 5. So, because you guys come home from work and I get that, you're coming home from work and, you get me in the afternoon and some of you want to reach the show, but you're working. And that's why it's, we seem like we're getting a lot of requests near the end of the show. So it seems like I'm pushing it forward. But that's why I come on here on these weekends when I have the time to talk to you and explain a little bit of this information. So, for example, I'm not spending 30 to 45 minutes explaining about how to clean jewelry of different types of sorts, because it gives you guys the time that I can explain it more in detail, where I'm not moving on to the next item and I feel like I didn't answer or give you a complete answer in that time, a little bit of rush time. So, what do we at? Oh, how they set it? Is that what you're talking about? Okay. Yeah, I'm not a setter. When I went to school, there's two parts there's all these different things you can learn at the GIA. But one of the things if I decided to stay another 6 months, I become a bench jeweler, be certified bench jeweler, which I didn't do. But again, it's kind of one of those things that you have to know what's good at. I did take silversmithing in college. I was too much of a analytical person. And when people were on lesson 3, I guess a third project, I was still making sure my ring, my little band ring on number 1 was perfect. But that's me. I just look at it that way. Some people can do different things. I didn't have patience. I'm more analytical. I learned in life that I was more analytical. But there are people who can do that. And I do appreciate the people who can do that and have patience for that. So, yeah. How do I clean a beautiful ring with crystals? Very carefully, Merche. You might want to, of all people to ask, it would be my sis, T, from T's Jewelry. She has a way of doing things that I try to learn a little bit from her. But the biggest thing, from my understanding, from when she explains it to me, what she uses is tablets for dishwashers. Something to do that. So, but again, I don't know how she just, in general terms, she tells me. Again, I go back to the analogy, real Q-tips, fine brushes, things like that. She probably does more detailed work than I would do. I would send her an email, ask her, maybe she'll do a video like this with this, but she's very amazing with getting her things clean, and go from there. Leslie, it is, oh, you're 11:45. So you're on Mountain Time. Is that correct? You're in Mountain Time, Leslie? Because I'm on Central Time. So it's right now it's 12:45 my time. So you're an hour behind me. So tomorrow will be 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern, or 11 Pacific. I guess you're on Mountain Time, so it'll be 12. If I'm trying to figure out the time zones. So yeah. So it's 1:46. Okay, so yeah, so tomorrow would be 2 p.m. Eastern for my show for all you guys on the East Coast. I'm in the Panhandle of Florida. If you don't know where I live, if you took a map and you took the state of Florida, I am in the Panhandle. So if you Central Time, I'm on Central Time. I'm about an hour and a half to going into Eastern Time. That's how far from a drive I am. So still in Central Time. So that's where I am. There you go. And Leslie can do that too. So yeah, I think you've done a couple of videos. Haven't you done that? I mean, she's been on for a while too. I mean, but Leslie is a very good person to ask about that too. So Marsha, you and Leslie can have chat. She can tell you about that. She might, I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna give her just like she's got enough to do another video content. She loves to do videos. I'm more chit chat. I'm a chit chat kind of person. All right. Well, I think that's it. I think you guys were good. If you guys have any questions about anything that you saw today, again, if you're not registered and you're watching this content and this is really intriguing you and say, oh, I want to come and see what she's going to show tomorrow and all these things that I showed, please register today or tonight and send me an email at jensgemsfinds@gmail.com. Your name, your YouTube name, complete mailing address, phone number, and PayPal information. And if you guys were here yesterday for my little pop-up sale, my 2-hour pop-up sale, everything that you guys bought yesterday will be combined with tomorrow's sale for tomorrow, and then we'll send you one invoice come Wednesday morning. And Joe will get that out to you on Wednesday morning. Between now and then, I'm going to try to get those 11 rings tagged and priced, and we'll go from there. So, any other questions before we say sayonara? At least for the day. Okay. You're welcome, Heart Candy. I appreciate that. Thank you, Merche. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Deborah. Rhonda, thank you for being here. Thank you. Who else did I miss today? Who else was here? I know how a bunch of people come on. They're probably already stopping in. Stacy, nice to see you. Yippee, of course, we'll love to see you. And you're always here. I call her Yippee, by the way. That's her nickname because I can never say her name correctly. So I call her Yippee, and she's been accepted of that. So I love her to death. Frank, it's always nice to see you here. Tori. And what else? Who else was here? Leonore, Shannon. I'm just scrolling up. Who else did I miss? Did I get everybody? One of the people who didn't say hello. Well, hope you're having a great Memorial Day. Again, get everybody an extra hug and love from all of you to all your family. And if you've got a service member or family member in the service, tell them that thinking what they've done and do for us on a continual basis. And we will see you guys tomorrow. And I'm excited to show you all this. So again, there's a lot of things here. Hopefully you guys took screenshots of the things I went through earlier in the video. And just shoot me an email if you've got any questions. Oh, and Sunray. How did I forget you, Sunray? I'm so sorry, honey. There's me. There's me. I forgot you. And I say Deborah and Elizabeth. Did I say Elizabeth? Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy yourself today. Be safe and have a great time with what you do. Okay. Okay. I'll let you guys chat away, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central Time. And bring your favorite beverage. Bring a snack because we're going to do a lot of stuff. So, okay. Have a good day.